Tuscany calls to you. It whispers on the warm breeze. This land is a place of gentle hills. Rolling landscapes stretch far, vineyards and olive groves paint the scene. The sun here feels different. It warms not just the skin but the soul too. Many people feel this magic. It is an invitation to slow down. It is a chance to truly live. This ancient land holds many secrets. It offers simple joys, a taste of ripe fruit, a glass of good wine, the smile of a stranger. These are the treasures of Tuscany. I came here seeking something, perhaps a new life, or maybe just a new way to see. What I found was a richness, a depth I had not known. It was waiting here all along, hidden in the everyday moments. The air itself feels alive, it carries the scent of herbs. Rosemary and thyme grow wild. Old stone farmhouses dot the hills, they stand strong and proud. Each one tells a story of families, of work, and of love. So, come with me for a while. Our little village sits high on a hill. It feels like a secret place, a haven tucked away from the world. Cobblestone streets wind upwards, they twist and turn like ribbons. Ancient stone houses huddle close, their walls are warm and honey-colored. Flower boxes spill over with bright geraniums, red and pink and vibrant purple. They add splashes of joy to the old stone. It is a place where time moves slowly. From our terrace the view is breathtaking. Rolling hills unfold like a green carpet. Rows of cypress trees stand tall. They look like dark green sentinels, guarding the peaceful landscape below. In the distance olive groves shimmer. Their leaves are silver in the sunlight. Sometimes a soft mist settles in the valleys. It makes the world look dreamy, like a painting come to life. This beauty seeps into your very being. The heart of the village is the small piazza, a tiny square with a trickling fountain. Old men sit on stone benches here. They talk and watch the world go by. Children chase pigeons with happy shouts. The people of our village are its true treasure. Their faces tell stories of sun and soil. Their hands are strong from honest work. They greet you with warm smiles. A genuine buongiorno echoes in the lanes. There is a kindness here, a simple, open-hearted welcome. They are curious about newcomers, but always respectful, always ready to share a moment or a piece of local wisdom. Tradition runs deep in their veins. It is not something old and dusty. It is a living part of their days. You see it in the way they tend their gardens, with such care and dedication. You hear it in their lively conversations, full of gestures and passion. They celebrate saints' days with gusto. Processions wind through the narrow streets. The whole village comes together. These moments bind them. They strengthen the community. Family is the cornerstone of life here. Generations often live close by, or even under the same roof. Sunday lunch is a sacred ritual, a long, joyful affair. Today we are invited into Nonna Emilia's kitchen. She is a village elder. Her eyes sparkle with warmth and mischief. Her hands, though gnarled with age, are quick. They move with a practiced grace. Nonna Emilia's kitchen is not large, but it is the heart of her home. It smells of wood smoke and herbs and something sweet, perhaps baking biscotti. Sunlight streams through a small window. It illuminates floating dust motes. The kitchen is simple and rustic. A large wooden table stands in the center. It is worn smooth by years of use. Generations have gathered around this table to share meals and stories. Copper pots hang from hooks on the wall. They gleam softly in the light. Bunches of dried oregano and chili peppers dangle from the rafters. A small faded photograph of her late husband sits on a shelf. He smiles down on the room. There is a feeling of love here. Nonna Emilia greets us with a wide smile. "Benvenuti, benvenuti," she exclaims. Her voice is like warm honey. She wears a simple apron over her dress. Her silver hair is tied back neatly. She gestures for us to sit. Already there are bowls on the table, a mound of pale flour. The ingredients for pasta are humble, yet they create something truly special. Nonna Emilia points to the flour. Farina di grano tenero, she explains, soft wheat flour. It is pale and fine like dust. She scoops some into a large wooden bowl, or sometimes directly onto the wooden board. She says the wood helps the pasta breathe, it gives it a special character. This is the foundation, the body of our pasta. Next come the eggs. Uova fresche, she says. Fresh eggs. These are not ordinary supermarket eggs. They come from her neighbor's chickens, hens that scratch happily in the yard. The yolks are a deep, vibrant orange, almost red. This is the secret to golden pasta, the color of sunshine itself. She tells us the rule is simple. 1 egg for every 100 grams of flour. This ratio is sacred, passed down through time. No salt in the dough itself, she insists. Il sale va nell'acqua. Salt goes in the cooking water. This is a point of much discussion in Italy, but Nonna Emilia is firm. Her nonna taught her this way, and her nonna was always right. She might add a tiny splash of olive oil. Now, the real work begins. Nonna Emilia makes a well in the center of the flour, a volcano she calls it. Into this crater she cracks the eggs, one by one. The orange yolks gleam against the white flour. She takes a fork, gently she begins to whisk the eggs, slowly incorporating a little flour. From the inside walls of the volcano, around and around her hand moves with a steady, practiced rhythm. Soon the mixture becomes a shaggy mass, too thick for the fork. Nonna Emilia dusts her hands with flour. She begins to knead the dough, pushing it away with the heel of her hand, folding it over, turning it, again and again. This is where the strength comes in, and the patience. The dough starts rough and sticky, but slowly it transforms, becoming smooth and elastic, under her knowing touch. She tells us the dough must feel like an earlobe, soft and pliable. After about 10 minutes of kneading, the dough is ready. Nonna Emilia wraps it in a clean cloth. Deve riposare, she says, it must rest, for at least 30 minutes. This allows the gluten to relax, making the pasta easier to roll, and more tender to eat. While the dough rests, we share a small glass of wine, and listen to more of her stories. Making pasta is an experience for all the senses. The sight of the golden dough, unfolding under the rolling pin. It is a beautiful transformation, from simple flour and eggs, to a delicate paper-thin sheet. The light catches its surface, revealing the subtle texture. The kitchen itself is a feast for the eyes. The warm wood of the table, the gleam of copper, the bright red tomatoes waiting for the sauce. It is a scene of rustic charm. The sounds of the kitchen are a gentle music, the rhythmic thud of kneading, the swish of the rolling pin, Nonna Emilia's soft humming, as she works her magic, the clinking of bowls, the gentle chatter and laughter. Outside, the distant sound of church bells, or a neighbor calling out a greeting. These sounds create a comforting backdrop, a soundtrack to our culinary adventure. They speak of life, of community, of contented work. The smells are perhaps the most evocative, the clean, earthy scent of flour, the subtle sweetness of fresh eggs. As we knead and roll, stories begin to flow. Nonna Emilia shares tales of her youth, of feast days and family gatherings. She remembers her mother in this kitchen, making pasta for a dozen hungry children. Laughter was always present, she says. Even when times were hard, food was a way to bring everyone together, to create moments of joy. Her words paint vivid pictures. We can almost see her as a young girl, her hands dusted with flour. I share my own small stories, about learning to cook in my own kitchen, far away from this Tuscan village, about the joy of discovering new flavors, the satisfaction of feeding loved ones. Nonna Emilia listens intently. She nods and smiles. There is a common language here, the language of food. It transcends borders and backgrounds. It connects us on a human level. We are all just people, sharing a common need, a common pleasure. She tells us about the village festa, the annual sagra celebrating local produce, perhaps wild boar or porcini mushrooms. The whole community participates. Long tables are set up in the piazza. Everyone brings a dish. Music plays late into the night. Finally, our tagliatelle is ready. Long golden ribbons lie drying slightly. Nonna Emilia has prepared a simple sauce. Fresh tomatoes, garlic, basil, and good olive oil. The aroma is divine. She expertly cooks the pasta in a large pot of boiling salted water. Al dente, she reminds us, to the tooth, not too soft. The kitchen is filled with steam and eager anticipation. This is the moment we have worked for. We gather around the old wooden table. Nonna Emilia serves the pasta, piled high on warm plates, a sprinkle of freshly grated Parmigiano, a drizzle of vibrant green olive oil. It looks beautiful, simple, yet elegant. We lift our forks. The taste is incredible. The pasta is tender, yet firm. The sauce is bright and flavorful. Each bite is a revelation, a taste of sunshine, a taste of tradition, a taste of love. This experience is about so much more than food. It is about connection, to the hands that taught us, to the land that provided the ingredients.